Hello dear students, so today we are again here with the second part of your chapter 1, that is plant tissue, and today we are going to discuss about complex tissue. So we were discussing the plant tissue types, and plant tissues are broadly divided into two categories, that is meristematic and permanent. Meristematic means actively dividing cells, and they are of two types on the basis of the location, apical and lateral. And permanents means in which the growth has been stopped. They are also of two types, simple and complex. Simple is again divided into two types, protective and supportive. So protective example is epidermis, and in supportive three example, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. And today we are going to start with the complex permanent tissue, and the two examples of complex are xylem and phloem. So let's start with the complex permanent tissue. So now, what is the main difference between the complex permanent tissue and simple permanent tissue? That simple permanent tissue means all the cells are having similar structure and similar function. And here in complex permanent tissue, it is made up of two or more types of cells which are specialized to form a common function. Here, different kinds of cells will combine together and they will form a common function. So in the plant body, they will transport the food and water throughout the plant body. So we can say that they will constitute the vascular system of the plant body. What do you mean by vascular system? Like in our body, we are having a circulatory system which will circulate water, food, minerals, everything to every cell of our body. So just like that in plants, that circulatory system is known as vascular system, which will transport food and water in the plant body. So that's why these complex permanent tissue are also called as conducting tissue, because they will conduct food and water in the plant body. And these two types are xylem and phloem. Means in the plant body, they are having two different kinds of tubes which will transport the food and water. So look at this picture to understand what are xylem and phloem tube. So just like us, even the plant body also need water and food. So that water and minerals plant will absorb from the soil, and that water will then be transported to every part of the cells. So this movement is an upward movement against the gravity movement, and for this water movement they are having xylem tubes. Through the xylem tubes they will transport the water and minerals towards the upward direction, and the food which will be prepared in the leaves, because the leaves are the green parts of the plant and they are having chlorophyll. So they will do the photosynthesis and they will synthesize the glucose molecule here, and that food material will be transported to every part of the plant body. So that process is a two-way flow, means it will occur in all the direction, towards downwards also and upward up to the tip of the plants. So for that food transportation they are having phloem tubes. Now to better understand the location of xylem and phloem tube, what we can do, if we will cut the transverse section of a stem, we will see that these xylem and phloem tube, they are not a single large tube through which the water will be transported. Instead of that, they are having numerous xylem tubes and numerous phloem tubes. एक प्लांट के अंदर ऐसा नहीं है कि एक ही बड़ी सी ट्यूब होती है जिसके थ्रू वो वाटर की सप्लाई अपर साइड में करते हैं. दे आर हैविंग न्यूमरस xylem tubes. Here that red color indicates the xylem tubes and the blue color indicates the phloem tubes. And that one xylem and one phloem, it will constitute one vascular bundle. And in a vascular system, means in a circulatory system of a plant, they are having many vascular bundles. So they are arranged in a circular ring, and in between every xylem and every phloem they are having this ring. This black colored ring is of cambium. What is cambium? That is our lateral meristematic tissue, which are having actively dividing cells, and they will continuously do the cell division and increase the number of xylem tissue and phloem tissues. So we can see here that one vascular bundle is constituted of xylem towards the inner side of it and phloem towards the outer side, and in between the xylem and phloem of each vascular bundle they are having their lateral meristematic tissue called as cambium. Now the next is types of complex tissue. So here we will discuss the types of complex tissue, that is xylem and phloem, in detail. So in the construction of a xylem tube, they need 4 different types of cells. We have already discussed complex means अलग अलग तरह के cells हैं जो कि combine होके एक कॉमन फंक्शन करते हैं. सो जाइलम की एक ट्यूब बनाने के लिए दे नीड 4 डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ सेल्स, एंड इन कंस्ट्रक्टिंग द फ्लोएम ट्यूब दे नीड 4 डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ सेल्स. बट हियर वी कैन सी दैट बोथ द ट्यूब्स, water conducting tube and food conducting tube, are having 2 cells in common. Both are having fibers and both are having parenchyma cells. Here the fibers will provide strength to the tube, and the parenchyma cells will store the food material, and the main xylem tube will be constructed by these 2 cells, that is tracheids and vessels, and the phloem tube will be constructed by sieve element and companion cell. So let's discuss the xylem and phloem tissue in detail. So xylem means they are the water and mineral conducting tissues. These tubes will conduct water and minerals, and that tube is comprises of 4 different types of cells: vessels, tracheids, parenchyma and fibers. Vessels are a series of cells which will join end to end, and they will form the main tube through which the water will be conducted. And just adjacent to that vessels, for example here you can see that this tube is a vessels in which these cells are joined end to end and they are forming a tube. And just adjacent to these vessel cells, tracheid cells are present which are tapering at end. What is the meaning of tapering? Means they are pointed at end. So they are the tracheids. So adjacent to the vessels, they are the tracheids, and they will also help in the transportation of water. And then these are the parenchyma cells which will store the food material, and just adjacent to that vessels, some fibers are also attached here which will provide strength to the main xylem tube. Now let us discuss one activity to prove that water conducting tissues are the xylem tubes, and they are located onto the inner side of the vascular bundle. For this we need some small plant twig and some food color and water. So first of all, make a colored water by mixing food color in water, and then place that twig in that colored water overnight, and then observe the color of the leaves the next day. And then cut the thin transverse section of the stem, and then if we will observe the transverse section under the microscope, then we will see such kind of structure. Means the inner side of the stem will become red in color. If the color is red, then it will become red in color. So hence it is proving that xylems are only the water conducting tubes, and they are located onto the inner side of the vascular bundle. Now come to the next complex tissue, that is phloem. Phloem is a food conducting tissue, and it comprises 4 different types of cells. Just like xylem, it is also having 4 different types of cells, but here sieve cells, companion cells are different. Parenchyma and fibers are same in both. So here the main tube will be constructed by the sieve cells, which are the elongated cells with the minute pores at their end. And just near the sieve cells you can see the companion cells. They are also the specialized parenchymatous cells which will also help in food conduction. And again here also the phloem parenchyma will store the food material, and the phloem fibers will provide mechanical strength to the phloem tubes. So the structure of xylem and phloem are clear to all of you. Now let us discuss the difference between the xylem and the phloem. So xylem will transport the water in the upward direction, and phloem will transport food in all the direction, upward and downward. In xylem, almost all the cells will be dead at maturity, except the parenchymatous cells. Parenchymatous cells are the living cells, and except that the vessels, tracheids and the fibers will be dead at maturity. So they comprises mostly the dead cells. But in phloem all the cells are living cells except that one fiber. Fiber will be dead in phloem also. So they comprises mostly dead cells, and they will be of living cells, and they are located onto the inner side of the vascular bundle, and they are located on the outer side of the vascular bundle. And the next difference is there will be no perforated end walls. There will be an perforated end walls between the cells. To understand this last difference, just look at this picture. In this xylem vessels, you will see that they are the joined at end to end vessels, and they will form a that without any perforation wall. And but here you can see that these are the sieve cells which are perforated at the end. So you will see that in these cells they are having perforated end walls, and this is the main structure difference by which you can identify the structure, whether it is a diagram of xylem or phloem. So here we have completed the complex permanent tissues. And your today's assignment is to go through the full chapter in your book, try to understand and learn all the different types of plant tissues, and try to solve the check your progress given in your book. Thank you so much.